Basically, the mental persistence on the mental image will help to bring about that reflection on the consistency of your work. Since I have gone through this problem myself for a very long period of time, this is my personal conviction that without the self-image, what you hold about yourself, consistency will not reflect on your work. So your work is nothing but the reflection of your inner being. And if you say so, you are actually making yourself so vulnerable because you are exposing yourself. And there's nothing better one can do than to expose oneself. I know that it may be sounding very crazy to you, that how can you say so, because it's so shattering into pieces if we spill the beans about ourselves. And that's the whole point I'm talking about here. And the reason why the very reflection of the outcome that you are not happy about, there's no outcome at all. The reason is somewhere we have faltered in keeping the persistence of our mental image. And if we have the unwavering faith in that specific mode of thought process for a very long period of time, things will start to transit the self to a higher, better dimension. So here the self-image has only to do with the persistence of the assumed personality that you would like to embody within yourself. And it is so concrete that over a period of time, your mental wavelength will start to attract those specific situations and circumstances in order to fit the very narratives that you have been telling yourself. Because the mind is like a plastic. It can be molded into any way you would like to. It's just that due to our prejudiced conditioning, we are hindered by the vision that could ever be possible for us. The vision is so scary, it intimidates us because of this unconscious gathering of some self-sabotaging thought process which has been integrated into a system which needs to be replaced with something better, higher, and it does take a lot of time. So that persistence of the self-image over a longer period of time will certainly replace the self-sabotaging one and uphold the degree of change accordingly. It means you have to honor the position in the light of your own presence. It means that you become the witness of the greater light that you would like to see yourself as. The reason why your presence is important. Without your presence, this will not shift. Without your presence, nothing is possible. You should be able to present yourself in the face of the reality as you envision yourself to be. Everything must happen in the very presence of yourself. Since I have gone through so much of this crisis myself, I do consider to share it with you, and it makes me very vulnerable to share with you. But it is the truth, and truth is paramount. It is much more significant than the inhibition of what could hold you back forever. Therefore, to muster up the courage and to say it takes a bit of effort. But the point here is that how are you behaving under all these circumstances, are you in the poise of your conduct? Are you in the poise of your conduct? Are you in the poise? If you are poised enough to conduct yourself in exactly the same wavelength of the image that you uphold in here in your mind, if that could be consolidated for a longer period of time, the very reflection will certainly begin to shift its dimension for better. That's true. It is easier said than done, but this is the right approach. If we are able to align the upheld image in our mind with the attitude, with the conduct of ours, the way we orient ourselves is certainly going to make that impact if we have not been able to produce that desired results on the ground. So finally the question is, and at the most focal point of what we have been talking about here is your conduct as sublime as the image itself? That's the bigger question. Since I have had quite a rendezvous with this kind of notion, and I did falter here and there, but I think if I had the vision held for a very, very long period of time, in absolute accordance with the conduct, things would have been very different today. Well, that's my perspective. I could be utterly wrong. It's just that this is my personal perspective. If it helps you, it's better. I hope I have been able to clarify my points to you. Thank you so much. See you very soon.